If you've been watching me for the past few years, you would know that I am no fan of cancel culture, and it kind of reached a tipping point, right? I think in 2018, that was when things were really rampant. That was because of things like Me Too, and even though Me Too was kind of a nuisance, obviously a lot of good stuff came out of it, and now we're seeing the cycle starting to repeat. A lot of people are bored. A lot of people are still at home, and then so a lot of people are kind of like, I'm going to take this opportunity to expose a lot of people. And I think a lot of the allegations that have been coming out, that's fine, because I think there's a big difference between what's going on with Chris D'Elia, for example, and what's going on with Jenna Marbles. I think it is night and day. There are some people, some scumbags that do need to be exposed for the wacky stuff that they've been doing. And then there's people like Jenna Marbles, who had some lame and tasteless jokes back in the day that made some people probably laugh, and other people probably just rolled their eyes, or other people were just like, I don't get it. Whatever it is, at the time, no one was offended. And that's what's happening across the board. There's a lot of people, and I'm sure I'll probably make a podcast about this, because I'm going to bring my podcast back. But there was a lot of people that did things like blackface, and not the type of blackface where you put on the shoe polish and the red lipstick or whatever, the red paint, and it was just like, I know exactly what you're doing. It's like people that were doing homages and stuff. And I'm bringing this up because this is something that Jenna Marbles did as well. Now, the reason why this is kind of a big deal with Jenna Marbles kind of coming out and making a video saying that she's going to leave YouTube and she's ashamed of her past is because Jenna was kind of universally loved. I think everyone across the board kind of respected Jenna Marbles. She's an OG of YouTube. And then see her come out and see people kind of be like, oh, look at the problematic stuff that you've done in the past. You need to answer for this stuff. And it's like, dude, relax. If it isn't apparent now, it should be that cancel culture essentially is like a cult. It has cult-like tendencies where there's a lot of people there that are just out for blood. They're doing weird ritualistic stuff. There's a lot of shady people that have way more skeletons in their closet than the people that they're accusing. People that are always trying to go hard in the paint because they're trying to, they're projecting and they're trying to repent for the stuff that they've done. And that's how it works. That's what, like, a lot of people in a lot of religious situations, they get to that. They're like, I've sinned and I need to repent. And what do? I need to call out all the sinners and I need to atone. All this type of stuff that is going on is so silly because most of the people that are getting canceled, it's just over stupid things that they've done in the past. Nothing egregious. A lot of people are acting like these people that are getting canceled or have committed crimes, like they've done something that's completely atrocious, and it's not the case, man. That's why it's so sad to see this stuff happening. Now, the reason why we're gonna focus on Jenna Marbles, because there's so many cases, there's so many things that are happening. We're gonna focus on Jenna's because she's one of the few that have made a video and addressed some of the stuff directly. A lot of people are just having statements come out, just a quick little thing like, oh, blah, blah, I'm ashamed, this, blah, 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 I'm a different person, which a lot of the people, I do believe that they are different. However, some people, I think that they are just kind of covering their asses, because I got to call into question, too, some of the people that it's like they found themselves just a few years later or something. They've changed. Their personality and their sense of humor just changed a few years later. I find that a little bit suspicious sometimes because, I'm still, my sense of humor and all that stuff hasn't really changed. It really hasn't. Since I was young, I still laugh at the same stuff. I still find the same stuff funny. I can understand that certain things would be inappropriate. There's certain things that I can't say anymore. It's kind of like navigating through YouTube. There's certain things that I would like to still riff on. There's certain phrases I would still like to say, but it's not worth the hassle. I haven't changed per se. I've just learned how to navigate through this stuff, which is annoying, but if you're in the entertainment industry, you kind of have to do that shit. So Jenna looks like she actually regrets a lot of these things that she's done. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, I don't think she's done anything that needed to be addressed at all. There's some people that are saying, I applaud her for coming out and addressing this stuff. I'm like, I did not need this from her at all. Even in the slightest. Not even a little bit. But we're going to take a look at some of the points that she had to say.
I also get a lot of tweets from people that are saying like, we love you, you unproblematic queen, which always makes me uncomfortable because I'm a person. Those of you that are familiar with how long I've been on the internet know that that's not true, that I've definitely done things in the past that weren't great.
What have you done? What exactly have you done in the past that wasn't great? You know, when I hear people talk like this, these are the people that have, well, I did some time in jail. I robbed some people. I got involved with a gang. I did some stuff that I really want to move past it. I've paid my debt to society and I just want to move on. I don't want you to see me as the person that I used to be. Those people I can understand because people can change and they did do some egregious stuff in the past. Oh, you made some questionable jokes? You made some somewhat tasteless jokes? Boo fucking who?
First and foremost, I want everyone to know that I've always been a two-way street, and that any time that you criticize me and tell me that you would like me to do better or to do something differently, that I always try to do that. And I try to make fun content, inclusive content, things that don't offend people or upset people, and that's kind of where I am.
This stuff genuinely makes me sad because it's like, how do you get to the point where you feel like this? When years ago, clearly you didn't feel like this at all. And I wonder exactly what it was. What did you read? Who did you believe to feel like have as much guilt and shame as someone who has legitimately wronged somebody? Someone who has gone to jail or prison for horrible stuff they've done. What is making you feel like you're on that? Like, how would you feel if you actually did something really messed up? Would you not be able to recover from it? Would you just like, I don't know, like, 'cause it's strange.
There's things in my past I'm not proud of, and I'm getting a lot of tweets from people saying, why have you privated all these old videos? And I've spent a lot of the last few days privating almost all of my old content. And I'm sorry if any of that holds any nostalgia for you, but I'm literally not trying to put out negative things into the world. I think there was a time when having all of my old content exist on the internet showed how much I have grown up as a person, which I'm very proud of. And I think now it's hard for that content to exist at all because I think people watch it and don't bother to look at when it was posted or, care about what path I took to get to where I am.
She talks about privating a lot of her old stuff because even though she said, and this is what a lot of people do, they leave their old stuff up to kind of show you where you've came from and where you are now. It's kind of like if you look at my first video, I was actually just sitting in my car about to go into the gym, and I decided to just fire up a video real quick, opened up my laptop, and then it's a trash video. And then you see a lot of my other formats. I would just make stuff while I was at work, and just a picture and audio. And then you can see now where it's like, okay, now I know what I'm doing now, and I have better equipment and stuff, and it kind of just shows you the progression, which is pretty cool. And a lot of people do that, and I'm sure she did the same thing and showed that, oh yeah, I'm look at how different I am now. But now she's like, I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I don't want anybody to look at my old videos and think that, oh, this is maybe a new take that I have or something. And in my opinion, I just think that's so damn silly. I think it's so damn silly because it's like, that shouldn't be on you. We should hold people to a higher standard. If you're not smart enough to understand this is an old video, like say, hey, know that it's old, or that, hey, the stuff that she's pumping out now, she looks very different, than this video that I'm watching. Or even if it's the first one, I don't know, maybe just do a little bit of like, oh, I wonder when this came out, which is something I do all the time. I love to see when something came out. I wonder how old this is, you know, and then just reflect on that. I think that just treating everybody like infants is bad for everybody.
Nicki Minaj likes me, and then there's Roman, who's very.
And I do just want to tell you that it was not my intention to do blackface. This is the end of the video where I took my wig off.
People know it was not your intention to do blackface. This is the problem. There is a big difference between, and I mentioned this before, like putting on the shoe polish and stuff, and then just trying to do an homage, trying to do the best job possible to emulate somebody. And hey, somebody that has darker skin, you want to get darker skin on. If someone has lighter skin, you probably want to do that too. There's a lot of people that try to do their best job to imitate somebody, and then that's just basically full-blown cosplay in my opinion. When it comes to what you were doing, just making fun of Nicki Minaj, who fucking cares? No one was actually offended. The people that are offended are looking to be offended. They don't actually give a shit about that. That doesn't do anything to them. What does that do? It's not tearing them down. The only person that you should worry about is Nicki Minaj. Where if Nicki Minaj came out and said, hey, that was a terrible take, I hated it, it made me feel like shit, could you please take it down? Maybe you'd want to consider it. Just, you know, maybe you'd be a nice person just considering taking that down because like, oh, I actually hurt this person. You know, that is a little bit messed up. All right. But other people, I would say probably like 100 people out of the tens of millions of fans that you have didn't care. Like, why are you catering to those 100 people?
This has also been made private. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in making anyone feel bad, in case you haven't noticed. Here's a clip. I will play it for you. Here, hold on, let me remind you.
Sorry, that was racist. I'm bad at rap songs.
So as you can see, I said, hey, Ching Chong Wing Wong.
Look, I get it. It is racist. It is cringy. Were you trying to be derogative? Were you trying to be hateful? Of course not. It was stupid rap lyrics. Like, is that something for you to legitimately be canceled over? Is this something that you actually need to address? I think everyone across the board knows that, yeah, that was stupid. That was silly. A little shoulder shrug, be like, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that again. That's literally all I would ever expect. If I expected anything from you and I don't, that's the most I would expect. Just to be like, yeah, that wasn't a good look. I wouldn't do that again. You are always gonna make somebody feel bad. Case in point, look at your dislike bar. No matter what type of video you put out, it can be a totally positive thing to do. You say the most positive vibes, you're donating to a charity, everything you're saying and doing is righteous. There's going to be some people that are going to dislike it because they're just pieces of shit. That's just how it is. They're damaged, their brain don't work so well. It does, whatever the case is, there's going to be some people that you're going to offend. They're going to take your words or whatever you're doing out of context. They're going to think that you have some sinister motives behind it. Those people are always going to exist, and you can't cater to them. You cater to the vast majority of your audience who like what you're doing. All right. And now, sure, an argument can be made that, oh, what if the vast majority of your audience are pieces of shit? Well, that's clearly not you, is it? We're not talking about you, Jenna. There's plenty of other people that you can consider problematic that are in the darker corners of the internet, but fuck them. I don't watch them, do you?
Another thing that I would like to address is when people tweet at me, I can't believe you'd be friends with this person or follow this person that's racist or, you know, done these terrible things. And the only thing I would like to say is that I'm just a person trying to navigate the world the same way that you are. So I don't always know what's right, what's wrong, what the truth is, and I'm just trying my best.
Why would you make this video if you believe that? Why would you make this video if you believe that you're just a person trying to navigate through this world? Because that's exactly what this entire video just shows. You did some stuff, you find it tasteless now, you're a fucking human, and you're just trying to navigate through this world. So why are you adhering to all this stuff, but this one right here, where the guilt by association one? you're like, you're pushing back against that, but not the other stuff. Why is that, Jenna? Why is that? All of that other shit that you've been trashed, and the people that are calling you out for is just as ridiculous as the guilt by association. Especially when you know a lot of those people that they're accusing of being racist and all this stuff and problematic. You know that they're just chill and they just said one stupid little thing, or there's just a perception built by some other people that don't like them, that have an agenda. It's all silly, man.
I hope this felt like something that you needed to hear from me. And I'm not sure that I want to continue doing stuff on this channel. And I don't want to put anything out in the world. It's going to hurt anybody.
It sucks, man. You're letting people kind of strong arm you. You're letting people control you. And Jenna, I'll say this. I hope that after, a week or so or something, you calm down, you reflect on what's been going on. All the people that love and support you convince you that, like, you didn't fucking do anything wrong. There's some of the shit that you've done. There is a myriad of people, and the people that are calling you out have probably done way worse shit, and you need to keep that in mind. So hopefully you come back, you keep doing what you do, just move forward from this stuff. Clearly you've already moved forward, so why the fuck are you going backwards? But that's all I wanted to say on this situation. I appreciate you guys for watching. I will have more videos up soon. I will probably stream this weekend, so y'all take care, and have a good day or night or wherever the hell you are.